Welcome to the Gamechanger podcast. Today's topic, Palestine, Israel, wars and rumors of war. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Top of the morning, welcome back. This is the Gamechanger podcast with Setema Gali. You guys better get your minds right and get up and let's go. See, it's more than the game that we changing. We don't do it for the.
Thank you for listening to the podcast today. Like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. This one's a very serious subject today, right? If you are watching what's going on inside of the news, social media, and any political channel, you're seeing rockets being fired over a part of the world that we don't live in. I don't live in. I was at my son's football game last week, and one of his teammates, his mom and dad, had just arrived the night before, Friday night. They were over in Israel when the war started, when the rockets started fired, and they had to find a way to get out. Now, there was a moment where he's sharing with me, he's like, and he's getting emotional. We're at a football game, right? There's football going on, and he's looking at me, and he's a little emotional. He's like, Tim, there was a moment there where I wasn't sure we were going to get out. And he's like, people were cussing at us, and we had to not look at anyone, and we had to give our passports away for a few hours. And he was like, it's crazy. And here's the reality. The reason I'm shooting this podcast is there's a lot of people that if you watch the news or any social media channel, you are going to be fed a narrative. You're going to be fed narrative, whether it's mainstream media, whether it's someone on social media from the right, far left, far left, and then you're going to have people who just have opinions. And I'm not here to tell you what you should believe. I'm here to give you some tools and some principles to help you. Because here's the reality. If you're not there and you don't know anything, you are very susceptible to the opinions and the propaganda and the programming from whoever's got your attention. And the reality is, again, not being political, let's just say you're on the left side and you're moving hard towards the far left. It doesn't matter what anyone shows you. All you're going to see is you're going to filter through this lens of the left. Same thing with people on the right. You're going to filter through your lens. You're going to find evidence and proof to show that you are right. So here's a couple things that have helped me with the wars, the rumors of wars, the images, the propaganda, the narratives. Number one, I'm not there, and you are not there. Now, if you're there, you can have a stronger opinion about it. Number one, I am not there. So I can sum this up, and there's three businesses: God's business, my business, someone else's business. God's business, someone else's business, my business. What does that mean? This comes from Byron Katie, Loving What Is. And anytime I want to struggle, I just need to get out of my business and go focus on God's business and someone else's business. See, the fact is I cannot control that. I cannot control God's business, and I cannot control Israel or Palestine or, Africa, South Africa. I can't even control New York City. So I focus on my business. That's what I mean when I'm saying I'm not there. You're not there. Number two, if you try to focus on God's business or someone else's business, you lose. Let me just say this again for the people in the back. If you think that you worrying about God's business, someone else's business, another foreign country's business, if you think that you worrying is going to help it, it's only going to cause more misery and suffering. Listen, life on this planet, while it seems long at times, is very short. Your what we call precious life force energy, it's too precious for you to leak it on things that you cannot control. Number one, you're not there. Number two, focus on your business, your life, the things that you can control. Has it ever helped you to worry about something? Now, I get it. Look, even here in the United States of America, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of corruption, and there's also a lot of good. There's a lot of hate, and there's also a lot of love, which leads me to number three. Feed your mind and your heart the things that you want. And when I say the things that you want, it's like this. If I want to be a high performance athlete, if I want to have muscles that pop and strength and endurance, if I want to have energy and vitality, which leads to greater feeling good and confidence and a great self-esteem, well, guess what? I'm not going to sit around and eat chocolate cheesecake and chocolate chip cookies and crumble cookies and Diet Cokes, and I'm not going to suck down alcohol and all these crazy things. By the way, I don't drink alcohol. But that's my point. If I want an outcome, a type of life, I've got to feed my mind and my brain and my body the things that give me what I want. We live in a time and a day and age where, yes, there's wars and rumors of wars. Yes, there's all kinds of calamities going on and child trafficking. It is, golly, it's a tough place. And at the same time, you can control what you listen to. My challenge to you on this is I would cut out the majority of the political channels, unless politics is your life. Politics will only lead you to a place of hate and anger unless you plan on going and literally taking a stand in politics and making that your life. It will do you no good. Just the other day, I got rid of a bunch of channels that I was following on Instagram and even Twitter. It's like, it does me no good. Because the more you watch these hateful voices and this divisiveness, the enemy, the resistance, the adversary, all they want is division. They don't want unity, right? There's a phrase that says, united we stand, divided we fall. Have you ever wanted to change your mind, like really transform your mindset so you can get a different result? If you have and you have failed in doing so many other things, I invite you to join us for our 2-day in-person event. It's called Unstoppable Mindset. And that URL is mind, M-I-N-D, live, L-I-V-E.com, mindlive.com. Once again, that is mindlive.com. That is our 2-day in-person event. Now, if you're like, Setema, I can't make it in person, guess what? We also have virtual tickets, and nobody does virtual like us. Check that out right now. Unstoppable Mind, which is mindlive.com. You don't need rockets and nuclear wars to bring down the United States. You know what you need? Division. People hating each other. Even the Bible talks about, in that day men's hearts shall wax cold. They'll rage. And we're seeing that today. So number one, you're not there, I'm not there, which means we don't really have to have an opinion on it. Number two, God's business, other people's business, your business. Focus on your business. Number three, feed your mind and heart good books, good works. Get out of the realm of gloom and doom and get into the mode of what's possible for my future. What might be possible if I start to listen to uplifting things, even the music. And look, let's just call it out. There's an evil force out there. There's spiritual warfare. There's a lot of people out there who would love for you to be miserable and for you to be a walking zombie. I see this every day. I see people who are literally glued to the phone. They can't do anything without the phone. They're glued to social media, right? Everything you watch. Listen, by the time my son is 16, going to be 17. We put a limit on his phone, and even then, he's gone from the time he leaves to go to high school, right? My two younger ones are in homeschool. He's gone all day. He's just being influenced by channels and social media. And like, all we can do is teach him, you got to be mindful of what you take in, because by the time someone's 18, there's a lot of programming that has gone on. And if you are intentionally feeding yourself negativity, the evils of politics and the divisiveness and hatred and war and killing, and these people are this, it confuses you. And what most people end up doing, they get rotten to the core. Their mind rots, their heart rots. So while you may be walking around, and while you might have a pulse and a heartbeat, you're miserable, you're unhappy. There's no reflection. There's no time to meditate and to contemplate. There's no time to journal and ask powerful questions. One of my mentors said, where there is no reflection, the train wreck is coming, and it is guaranteed to come. So be mindful of what you put into your mind. Be mindful of what you listen to. I get it. Look, I'm like you. You know, the Sound of Freedom movie came out with Tim Ballard, and there's child trafficking, there's sex trafficking, there's so much evil in the world. And at the same time, unless I'm going to go fight, the greatest thing that I can do is to disconnect from all the media, like disconnect. Stop having your phone in your bedroom. Stop being glued to your phone. Cut it off. Be present. I love when we're in the car with my kids and like, can we cue some music, Dad? I'm like, nah, let's just talk. We could drive a whole hour and just talk and sing and laugh and joke. I love Sundays where I'm like, give me your phones. Phones are off. Let's go. We're going to unplug on Sunday. I love at dinner time. Yeah, give me the phones. Let's go. We have to put a stop to it. You have to be intentional about what you take in, because what you take in is either going to develop belief and courage and discipline and focus, or it's going to develop fear and doubt and worry and concern and this very panicked mode of living. And that stuff drains our energy. Again, do you want to be a walking zombie, or do you want to walk around filled with purpose and fueled with life and energy and vitality? Even if you're in your 20s and 30s, you have a whole lifetime ahead of you. Get your house in order. You're not there, so focus on where you are. Be where your feet are. You're not there. Don't worry about God's business. Don't worry about the government's business over there. Focus on you, building your mindset, developing your skill sets, aligning your heart and your soul sets, and building that human relationship capital so you can go live your purpose and make a difference. I promise you, the wars and the rumors of wars, they'll never stop. The hate, the missiles, the fighting, it will never stop. But what you can stop is all the inside inner negativity that you're purposely or even unintentionally watching because you're glued to your phone. I'm a zombie. I can't think for myself anymore. Don't do that. Take some time. Have a social media fast. Have electronic fasts. Stop consuming it all the time. It's okay to have times of quiet, times of peace, times away from electronics. It's okay to have just open up a book and read and allow your mind to stop being stimulated. We are so overstimulated today. No wonder why there's this high amount of suicide and stress disorders and people just anxious and frantic chaos, versus just a few decades ago, people were happy. They were optimistic about life. They were excited about life. They were living in the realm of possibilities. So what will you do to create peace in your life? Unplug, right? Cut off, unfollow, block, delete, and focus on developing you and having this personal growth, this personal development, this inside power to develop the life that you truly want to live. And as you do that, I'll make you a promise. You'll be happier. You'll see things with a different lens. You'll have a different paradigm that will filter. And instead of seeing things that are negative, you'll see I can do something on my side. I can control what I can control. Praying for all the people that are affected. I hate seeing wars. I hate seeing people die. Grateful for a loving Heavenly Father. Grateful for an amazing plan of salvation that I get to go live and believe in. Hey guys, if the podcast resonates, if it touches your heart and soul, and it gives you greater vision and clarity to go build the life you want so you can make a difference inside of your world, your family's world, and the community itself, all I ask that you do is share the podcast forward. We don't run ads, we don't have sponsors, but we can make a difference and help people become game changers for their lives, for their families, if we share the message. So share this with somebody who needs to hear it, and have an amazing day. And until next time, I hope you have a blessed day. Go make a difference for somebody. Go be a game changer in your life. I'm out.
Let's go. See, it's more than the game that we changing. We don't do it for the block, do it for the name. Yeah. No, there ain't no stopping it. If you really want it, better rock with it. This is how to be a game changer. Better put your pride down, heavy, get your pen up. Wanna be the greatest, we ain't stopping